how, okay? How was this good? How the f*** do you pull this off? Mini Season 2 is our final season of Chapter 6, being the 6th season of Chapter 6. Ha! Numbers. And lasted only 28 days, taking the crown for Fortnite's shortest season of all time. And of course, it's time to break down this season into the usual 6 different parts. The Battle Pass, map changes, loot pool, story, extra game modes, and finally, the events. And so with that, it's time to discuss potentially my favourite mini season of all time. Okay, let's just get this out of the way. Do I like this Battle Pass? Not really. Am I biased because I don't care about The Simpsons? Yes. Regardless, this was an incredibly well executed pass. Everything has been done in a cel-shaded style to match the show's theme, and it looks absolutely amazing. It would be nice if other skins not from this season had a cel-shaded filter, which they said they would, but you know what? That's completely fine. For our tier 1, we have a dog. Sidekicks, the brand new cosmetic type of this season, and they are just as useless as they are adorable. The way these things work is that once you have one of these f***ass things, you can customise their colour and patterns. The catch is, once you've set that style, that's it. You cannot change it, which led them to be pretty controversial pretty fast. I mean, I've voiced my problems with so many other people as well, but hey, you buy what you want. Moving on, our first skin at the end of page 1 is Marge, one of the most pay-to-lose skins I've ever seen. Her hair is comedically large, and yeah, I get it's accurate to the show and all, but my god, you cannot see a thing. I can't see anyone rocking this thing after November, I'll tell you that much. For our second skin, we have a fish stick remix. Now, I don't hate the skin, far from it. I'm just fed up of seeing the same 2 skins remade all the time. I'll get to you shortly. He's not bad at all, it just seems like another fish stick to me. Give us another meme skin to mash up. Just saying, Human Bill would have been amazing here. Next up is Ned Flanders, possibly my favourite skin of the pass. Everything on this guy has been done perfectly, including that tight little ass. Stupid Sexy Flanders was a peak in Fortnite I don't think will ever be topped. And for our tier 50, we have Homer Simpson, the big man himself. Okay, so they could afford to make Homer Simpson fat but not Peter Griffin? Okay, sure. He's still an incredibly well adapted skin, it just looks like he does in the series, and so does everyone else. Except for you, what the fuck is that? Springfield Appealy was our secret skin, and oh my god, he's hideous. I don't think there is another skin in the game that looks this unbelievably terrible, but thank god you have to do weekly quests to get him. Make me wait longer for this fucker, please. And that wraps it up for the Battle Pass. It's been fantastic despite the very questionable artistic decisions. And there's more fucking fish! So, if you haven't noticed yet, the map looks a little bit different. Could you tell? Mini Season 2 has had a brand new map with only a minuscule 9 POIs. It's also an incredibly small map, so now there's only 80 people per lobby, and it still feels like too many. I've never had a season where third partying has been such a problem. Like, don't get me wrong, this is a problem that will always exist, but my god, in a map like this, it's just been exponential. As for all the actual POIs, let's go over them and my problems with the map as a whole. I'm going to start with Cletus's Cornhole. Don't get me wrong, it's not the worst POI on the map, but it's not great. It's just a very generic farm POI. Like, it's so generic, I generally can't remember it without looking at it. I remember fucking Anarchy Acres more than this goddamn thing. Poor guy. Burns Manor is just a house with a hedge maze. Is it a bad POI? Again, no, but it just feels like an old POI again. That being Rebel's Roost. Camp Krusty and Evergreen Terrace are easily my favourite locations on the map, but even then, Camp Krusty just feels like a lone lodge with a new coat of paint. Same goes for the nuclear power plant, it just feels like steamy stacks again. That's my problem with this map. Simply put, it just feels really generic. The only POI that really stands out a lot is Springfield Town Square, and that's kind of it. And that's the one you'd hope would stand out. I get they're not going to put that much effort into a map that's only going to be here for a month, but my god, you could really feel it. As for the other POIs that I didn't mention, that's because they are so boring, I don't even know what their names are. I think another big reason as to why I feel like this map is so generic is just because of the art style. Like, quite literally, everything looks the exact same. The only sense of variety I get on this map is the giant river that passes straight through the middle, and that's only because it's a waffle brown instead of a fucking vomit green. And it's not like Fortnite can't do basic maps. They've always been able to do basic maps very well. It just seems like this time it's quite literally too basic. And for the map being so strange and boring, the loot pool has been surprisingly strange and actually not horrible. what a weird loot pool. This season strips the loot pool right back to basics with a fairly generic selection of weapons. I'm going to start with our fairly generic AR selection. We have the newly updated infantry rifle, which has now been made automatic. There's the suppressed SCAR, which quite literally no one cares about. Except me, I love this thing. And finally, there is now the brand new hit scan version of the Striker AR. The sad thing is, everyone remembers this weapon being so good back in Chapter 5, and there's a reason for it. It was the best AR of that chapter. But now, in the new hit scan version without a scope, it just feels like a worse version of the Collateral AR. It's completely usable, but my god, the spread on it is awful, and the damage drop-off is disgusting. For SMGs, we have the Machine SMG and the now brand new Compact SMG, which is now in all rarities. Yes, that does mean there is a mythic one, and my god, this thing is great. The poor Machine SMG still hits like a little bitch though. The shotgun selection has been really interesting this season, while also being very, very versatile. Our selection was the Ranger, Thunder Pump, and the finally viable TAC shotgun. The other shotguns have such weaknesses that the TAC shotgun is a perfect contender for. The Thunder is disgustingly slow, and of course the Ranger only has one bullet, and with how inconsistent the damage can be on the Thunder, not to mention its awful reload time, the TAC has become a really, really good viable shotgun for the first time in a very long time, and quite frankly, ever. It also amazes me how long it took us to get a mythic version, and yeah, this thing's a real beast. And finally, to wrap up the original weapons before all the collab items, we've got the suppressed pistol, and yeah, it's okay I guess. And also the hunting rifle, which was added like 2 weeks before the end of the season for some reason. But of course, it's the new shit version of the hunting rifle, so why would I care? And now here we are, it's time to start talking about all the collab weapons. I'm going to start with a fan favourite from the season, and it's my favourite too, Mr. Blasty. This pistol is so good, it's pretty much too good. For how accurate you have to be with this pistol, you are awarded such incredibly good damage, and it's all surprisingly balanced. I think the exotic is a tad bit excessive, because not even a direct hit with it will send you flying into the air, but in fairness, it's not like you can't go against it, it's completely possible. It's just one of those which is really not ideal. Now, this isn't an actual weapon, but I just want to go over this real quick. During the Week 3 update, we had these guys added. Giant floating donuts? Yeah. When you destroy one, it has the chance to drop one of 4 mythic items, and all of them are very basic, but they're incredibly well balanced. There's the Dragon's Belt shotgun, which is literally just a Dragon's Breath shotgun with a different name. We don't talk about this thing. There's a mythic version of the base assault rifle. There's the mythic Twin Mag SMG, and there is another one, but I can't remember what it is, so I'll just put a picture of it on screen. There is other weird, stupid weapons like the Deodorant Applicator Ray Gun and the Cobalt Slingshot. Now, don't get me wrong, these guys absolutely suck, but they are still incredibly fun to mess around with. For a weapon that is actually half decent, there's Mo's 5 gun, which is literally just a lead splitter mixed with a pump and dump. It also just looks like 1,000 times cooler. The thing I like about these is that all of these are weapons which aren't really that serious. The thing I like about all of these is that they're weapons which aren't meant to be good. They're just meant to be funny, stupid weapons when the game doesn't take itself seriously. And finally, the last thing that might be worth mentioning is the Blinky Fish. Is this a really interesting and noteworthy item? Not really, it's pretty much the Styx dashes from Chapter 5 Season 2, but in a fish. It was still a fun item to use and made for some really interesting manoeuvres. And that about wraps it up for the loot pool. It's been a strange but unique loot pool. It feels more like Reload than actual Battle Royale. That's not a bad thing, but then again, I'm not sure how to feel about it. I'm very, very mixed is the best way to put it. I mean, hey, everything so far this season has been really, really good, and it could be so much worse. Just remember, we are getting weekly story cinematics again. Oh my fucking god, we're so back. The story this season has definitely not disappointed. For a quick recap, after Jones failed to steal the Dark Presence away, we were abducted mid-fight by Kag and Kodos in their effort to help the Dark Presence. After being sent into a literal wormhole, hoping the aliens got into an argument on where to go back to, and ended up merging Springfield and Oninoshima into a so-called cynical brand mashup. And now Homer has his piece of the 0-point shard and is literally trying to put together his perfect reality. The story this season has been superb, and it's my second favourite story of the entire chapter, only behind Season 3. It's funny and not overly serious, and actually gives a good explanation as to what's happened to the island, something that the last 2 chapters lacked. I mean, come on, Snoop Dogg dropping fat beats doesn't explain why we went back to Chapter 2. If you want more explanation on the story, I highly recommend watching Restro's story recap as usual. The extra game modes, they've basically not been updated at all. But considering the timing of this season, I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. Reload has just had a brand new map, OG has only been in Season 6 for less than a month, and Blitz is still complete dog shit. And that's one of the 2 modes that's been updated, because of course it fucking is. We've had a brand new map for the new Stranger Things collab. Makes it pretty strange that this map is so complete dog shit. None of the 4 POIs on this map are even Stranger Things related. They're just half-assed remixes of not even old locations. They're half-assed remixes of old creative wall galleries. God, Fortnite need to shelf this mode sooner than later, because this is just a complete shit show at this point. The only other mode that had some kind of update was Reload. It had an event called Modified Madness, where every single map would be updated to have some kind of new game mechanic. Pretty much just a mini LTM kind of mode. And that's pretty much it. Granted, there hasn't been much, but then again, with the timing of this season, and considering how short it is, it's pretty understandable. The events have been fairly interesting this season, and considering we've only got 3 of them, they've been really good. To start off, we had the Follow the Butterfly event in OG Season 6. Great to watch with my friends, but weird how we saw Revan down there and Kevin above. Anyone else notice him corrupting the in-between? I'll throw the Party Up Winter Rush event in here as well. It's not even winter yet, but fuck it, why not? Again, like every other season this chapter, we got a free skin out of it. And finally, to wrap up Chapter 6 as a whole, there is our finale event, 0 Hour. From what we know, it's a multi-phase and incredibly long event, which may sound familiar to some and not great. But with the promises we have around this event from leakers and insiders, we'll have to see what is in store for us. And just like that, that's a wrap on the Simpsons season and Chapter 6 as a whole. With how low my expectations were about this season, the quality of it has been a massive surprise, and you can really tell how much love went into this. It's been an absolute joy, and to end Chapter 6 on a high like this was an absolute dream for me. And I've never been more grateful to have you guys come along for the journey with me. And so with that, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the chapter finale and Chapter 7.